I was a diamond in the rough. They said what we had wasn't enough. They said there was no more room for us. But now we're here about to tear it up. I was a diamond in the rough.
Thank you for coming back, staying tuned to our second episode. I'm so excited because today I have a really good friend of mine coming and just endowing with her presence. I'm so excited to have you, Helai from Tickle Me Pretty, everybody. Please welcome. We're gonna do say 5. Ooh, 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 ooh. Another hand. Doo, doo. All right. How you been?
Good. How have you been?
I've been amazing. I'm so thankful that you can be here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You inspire me with your beauty. And
how sweet.
And that is why you're here. Because today, let me walk us through, all of us through what we're gonna do today.
Sure.
And then we're gonna jump into talking about you because I wanna hear all the things that's been happening.
Oh God. All right, cool.
All right.
Let's do it.
So let's see what we have here. You guys know that I walk you through things first, and then we jump into doing these things together with our guests of honor. Okay, so what I have here is just roses. These are Garden Ohara rose, and they're actually the blush ones, but they don't look really blush, but they are. And so that's them. We're also gonna be using these beautiful little butterflies. Do you like them?
I love that.
They're so pretty. Like they're just paper butterflies on these like wires, which I really like, and they just create this wobbly thing, which I like. We are going to be doing. A lot of people call them kind of like the hat box. I call them the Rosabox. It's kind of, I just called my hat box as the Rosabox because usually I fill them just with roses. We're going to do a white mini one, because it's summer and it's kind of like refreshing with these kind of tones.
Yeah.
So as you know, this is not sponsored, but I do love the Oasis floral supplies because I've tried a lot and that's kind of what I use. I use the Oasis as well, and that's what we're gonna be using. So open your box, Helai. Let me see what you got there. Now, you see how you have the plastic there? Mm-hmm. This is because when we're gonna put water in, it's not gonna obviously penetrate through and it's not gonna create any watermarks or anything like that. Make sure, you see there is like a stem, like a seam. That's the word. The seam here, so always the seam towards you because that's gonna be prettier. Mm-hmm. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to arrange the roses inside the box in a way where you're not gonna see the inside, okay?
Ooh, beautiful.
Now, I believe that each and every one of my guests are artists, and obviously you're a makeup artist, so you know beauty more than anyone. So I will trust you to do this on your own, meaning that you'll arrange it how you feel. How your gut kind of tells you, you'll kind of put it in here. Okay. You can follow suit, you can see how I do it and kind of do it. So let's jump right into it.
Cool.
So, how you been? What's been happening?
Good.
How was the makeup world?
It's good, but can you help me open this?
Yes. So you press this button and it opens.
Oh,
there you go.
That's fine. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
All
makeup
right.
world, makeup trends, what's new?
So,
Weddings?
as you know, I'm from Simcoe Muskoka region, so we just hit stage 3.
All right.
So I'm able to practice, because if I was still in stage 2, I wouldn't be able to
All right.
practice. So how short do I have to cut this?
So, how far out do you want your roses?
Mm,
Do you want them sticking up? Do you want them filling it? So usually,
filling.
yeah,
I think.
so a hat box. So usually you would cut it if the bottom of the rose need to hit the bottom. So if you don't know, just do this and then just do this. It's still sticking out. So then you cut it accordingly to it. So still cut it. See how you measure it? Like this, you see?
Yeah.
So just a little bit more.
And did you have to do it on an angle?
Sure.
Isn't there like a special way to do it?
You do it on an angle because then the water will come. But because you're putting in the Oasis, the pores of the flower will get filled regardless.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so put it in. Let me see how you do it.
I'm being judged here.
Dun, da, da, da. All right. Now spread it out. Show the love to this flower. There we go. Because the more you spread it out, the more obviously it fills, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's so
There
cool.
you go.
Oh, thank you.
So, are there any special requirements now in terms of like, do brides like change their minds about a lot of things? Do you think because of what's happening?
I mean, like, to be honest with you, most of my brides haven't. They still have the same amount of, like, you know, people in their bridal party, like,
Yeah.
for makeup and hair.
Yeah.
It's mostly when they're having their wedding. So a lot of the brides have already rebooked.
All right.
For 2021. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we are. So there's not much going on this wedding season. I mean, I've had inquiries for like smaller events, which is great because now that I can practice,
You can actually do it.
3,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
we can actually finally, you know, go ahead and do it. So, and you know, and I've been itching so hard to just get my hands on somebody and, you know, and do the makeup.
Yeah.
So that was my issue, and I'm sure a lot of other hair and makeup artists can you know, relate to that.
Yeah, and I mean, weddings, it's like a lot of touchy-feel, like gowns,
Oh, yeah,
makeup, hair, accessories. I mean, almost all the, you know, appointments are very kind of touch and go, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, that's good. I mean, at least we're seeing the horizon, you know?
Yeah, you know, I hope it continues to, you know, for everybody, continues to
Get better.
get better.
Tell me, you know what I just realized? That I don't know how you started as a makeup artist. I just know that you're amazing. I mean, that's all I really
you're
needed
so
to know.
sweet.
Now, you're gonna turn it around and work this way. Like, look how you're squishing this one, girl. Don't
Is that
do that.
bad?
Yeah, you have to give it room. So you're
Okay.
gonna just put it this way, and you're gonna give it more room.
All right,
Like
cool.
this. Yeah, there you go. Keep going.
Oh, I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
All
Cool.
right.
Sorry,
I think-
flowers.
Yeah. So tell me, talk to me,
So
boo.
how did I start?
Yeah.
I mean, I started a long time ago, back in
Uh-oh.
like 2008, 2007.
Yeah.
I got my makeup certification. And then, you know, my heart was just somewhere else. So I ended up going a different route with my, with everything. You know, I'm also a nurse. So
Wow.
I went that way with my career.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I had my daughter, fast forward, I had my daughter 3.5
Yes.
years ago. And, you know, I was like,
Beautiful.
my husband works so hard. And I can't, I'm A-type personality. I need to be doing something. I need to be busy. And I know I'm busy with my kids, but I need to be like making money and stuff. So,
Yeah.
so then I launched Tickle Me Pretty Inc. And it was just a freelance business, which meant I was the only artist.
Yes.
And that ended up
Fast forward.
blowing up.
Yeah.
Like, and that was not the plan,
Yes.
but it ended up blowing up, and I ended up
Getting more girls, right?
having to hire people
Yeah.
so I could accommodate
Yes.
the brides that wanted to hire me. And that means like hiring, training, and is that okay? Or am
Okay,
I squishing them again?
No. I want you to, so this flower has a face.
Yeah.
I want the face to look not up, I want it to look out.
Out.
So that when people are looking at it, they're looking out. So you're going to do it like this, where they're gonna look out. So when you twist it around like this, you see that there's
Beautiful.
like that, yeah?
Makes sense.
Okay. Do-do-do-do. Like this.
All right.
They're looking out.
So I could just say that you did the box, right?
No, stop it. Okay. Go on.
Yeah. So,
So-
that's basically.
That's how you
to
started.
go- yeah.
And you have girls now, you have a whole army. You are doing the models for Canada's bridal show. You
Yeah.
are completely
Which is
taking
the
over
biggest bridal show.
in the whole, Canada GTA kind of arena. That is inspiring, honestly. For anybody who's even watching, you know? I mean, we all started these businesses because we are creative people. We love what we do and we had to express ourselves. And
Yeah.
that's literally where,
I just found that, especially, you know, being a first-time mom,
yes?
you know, and having to deal with a lot of postpartum emotional feelings and the hormones and everything, you know, I found myself in a really interesting place in my life where I found that, you know, makeup, it gave, like, you know, even with you doing flowers, like I
Yeah.
could see if I was interested in flowers or designing anything, you know, it would just take me away from all of that, and I would just lose myself in it.
Get away.
And I know that you're like that whenever I see it in your work all the time, Margo. Like it's incredible, and I think it comes from passion, and I know that for anyone that's watching, that would, you know, I'm sure they can relate in some way, like if it's makeup or if it's flowers or if it's hair.
But the thing is, I find too, like sometimes you get to it accidentally. Yeah, like it wasn't like it just thrown at you, oh, this is what you meant to do, you know. This one, you can actually put in the middle because we have one extra one.
I kind of angled that one out.
Yeah, that's perfect. And you can put this in the middle and it will be like ding, right there. So you create a little like a hat box like
so
that.
how is this blush? Because it's white.
But you know, actually, we deal like, honestly, when I have brides, if I could tell you the amount of times that clients said, I want it white, I'm like, girl, I'm dealing with like 20 shades of white. Because there's like literally, you can see this is white. Look at the box. Look at here. Like we already have it like 3 different whites.
Yeah.
From blues whites to greens whites to creams whites. There's just so many whites. So.
But I do see a little blush in the center there.
It is, yeah, it is. So you'll call it blush box. I'll call it the white box, okay? It's okay. Okay, so now that we have the box ready, now we just get to play with it. Meaning, we're gonna get our butterflies. Our summer butterflies. And so basically, listen, the reason why there's a wire here, so you can do whatever it is that you want with it. So you can put it
like
on
floss?
You can put it on an angle. You can put it in just one corner. You can put it, you know, you can twist it. You can, sometimes I just put them like this in between, you know, because that also has a unique kind of feel.
For some reason, I feel like I'm gonna screw this up and you're gonna end up doing it.
No, I won't touch your box anymore. I promise you. I'll promise you.
Do you guys trust her?
Because I box anymore.
She touched my entire box.
this?
I didn't do this box.
It's done
by
totally
designing
did.
with Margo.
Stop, you totally did.
Designed by Margo.
No, you totally did. So I'm gonna just keep doing it. You can do your own thing.
I'm just
and I'll
kidding.
do
You know, I would really like your help if you see fit, because
this is also wire, so we'll go straight through the petals. You don't have to worry about it. Straight.
Oh, I kind of bent it.
Yeah, you have to be straight like that. Yeah, and
so should it be? Does it matter which way it's facing?
no, it has to be in. Anyway, because remember the box is round, so when you put it at a table, you're gonna see it from everywhere, right? Unless you want it to face specifically somewhere. It's also fun, so just play with it, like you play with makeup. Right?
Yeah.
Don't you? It's the whole playfulness of it. Isn't that just so wonderful?
Yeah. That
you
there's
know?
no wrong or wrong or right.
Yeah, I love creativity. I just love creativity.
This won't go in more. Is that it? That means
Yeah.
I hit the bottom. But how can we get yours like all different levels?
well, you don't have to push them all the way in. You can keep one a little bit higher.
Yeah, but yours is like.
Because remember I told you one I broke and I just put it down like this?
Well, then
I didn't,
I'm
but you
gonna
just
break
take
one
it.
too.
Yeah, you just take it off. Okay.
Okay, it's broken.
Like that. And then you just put it in. Ta-da!
Cool.
Yeah. So, okay, I want to know new trends. Can you hook us up with some new trends for makeup and hair? What are we looking at?
I mean, like the no makeup look is really in right now with like a subtle, you know, like a nude lip. But I mean, there's so many different shades of nude. So depending on your skin tone,
yeah,
you could definitely
nude
play
is
with
a
that.
whole story.
Oh.
Nude is a whole thing, girl.
Yeah, and you know, like you can go with a light smoky eye, but like the less is more.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what's going on, and plus like the glowy looks, the fresh looks, that's really in right now. Even the simple hair, like if you're gonna do waves, it's just super neat and tidy, and you know, and those looks are really, and just like even the dresses, I know like with some brides, if they want poofy, they're gonna go poofy, but right now I see more of like and you could probably let me know too. That you see more of like the slim fitting,
the mermaids,
like
the long,
like
even like a chic
simpler
dress
ones.
is almost kind of like nightgowns type of thing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so that's where the fashion is. I think everything is going more simpler times, I guess, call for simpler fashions. Even though I find when I took fashion, I found that a lot of the times when the times were, you know, simpler, people went, or there was times like COVID or war, things like that. Yes, things were simpler, but a lot of statements were made still, you know. But anyways.
Yeah, you're right.
You know. So, how are you liking it?
I love it, but what do you think?
I think the last one should be low. Let's do last one low a little bit.
So should I like rip this off?
Yeah, rip it off and put it in here. And then we're just gonna finish up with the ribbon. So choose which ribbon you like. We have a grass grain pink ribbon, and I'm a bow ribbon person.
They're not too close together, are they?
Even if they're close, it's all meant to be. It's all part of the plan, girl. Now, which one do you like?
But if yours looks nicer, you know I'm gonna take yours, right?
No problem.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we have 2 gross grain here, ribbons, one thin and I think 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. No, 1 inch and 1/2 an inch.
Yeah.
Which one would you like?
Which one looks nicer, Margo?
I like the thicker one.
Okay.
That's what she said, right?
That's
Okay.
what she said.
Okay, so there you go. This is for you.
Thank
And I'll
you.
show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up.
Level up.
Level up and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Actually, so now that I'm thinking about it, I totally didn't think this through, but I'm relying, like, nature is soft, nature is resilient. So let's say you might say, oh, Margarita, how are you gonna put this on? Just by taking it and putting this on. Okay, nothing's gonna happen.
Ooh.
Nothing's gonna happen to them. Now, the butterflies are they're actually on metal, right? So they're on wire. So you can literally bend them down like this, as though they're just hovering right over the flowers. Look at that,
Wow.
right? So you always
Mine
improvise.
doesn't look like that.
Always, you just have to bend.
Oh, it broke. That one's broken.
That's okay, improvising.
Oh, now it's gonna stay down.
Like this, improvising, you're bending it down like this, bending it down, creating texture.
Look at that.
Now, you put this on, and one of the things that you can do is you can wrap the whole thing, but I've learned that you can only do
Oh.
just the top.
Look at that.
So, like this, you're going to wrap it up like a present. Hold on. Hold your horses, just like this, just like a Christmas present.
How'd you do that? Hold on. So is it like twisted on the bottom?
Well,
Did
you can
you
go
start-
crossways or you can go just one way, whichever one you want.
Oh, that's what you did.
Like that. And
How?
I will have a whole thing about bows.
Yeah, man.
And then I love to cut the ends. Move this over. Give yourself space. How are you doing there? Amazing. See, you did it. Amazing. Now, if you want to
But
grab
that took some serious like
concentration, that's fine. As long as the result is the same. Now, don't ever forget the end right here. Yes, you can always just do this. But you can also do this. You're folding it in half, just like that. You can follow me?
Oh my God, yeah. I probably should, right?
just
I'm
follow-
just mesmerized by
You just follow in half, just like that. But you have to hold it.
like this.
Yep. And then you just cut it on an angle like that. And then this is what you get.
Ooh.
It's a very nautical kind of homage.
Can we use these?
Nope. You have to have my scissors. There you go. And there you go. Amazing. Actually, the other way. This way.
Well.
Yeah, but you got a new style. It's all good. It's
Oh
all
my
good.
God, you guys
got
need to
new
get a
style.
close up on this, seriously.
You gotta
Look
get
what
it.
I did. Where's it?
There.
Where'd you
it's
hide
the
it?
end. Right there. That's okay.
Guys, this is what I did. It's hilarious. Okay, so I can make it a little shorter now.
Yeah.
So I have to go which way?
Like this.
and
you
then I
cut
have to
up.
go this way?
Nope.
This way?
Nope. You're just gonna go this way.
What a fail.
Oh my God, stop. Like this again, halfways and up. There we go.
That's how it's done, guys.
That's how it's
That's
done.
how it's done.
Voila. Oh my God, you did such an amazing job. You did. How did you, but honestly, how creative, how you felt easy? You felt like,
Guys, I learned a lot. I learned a lot.
did you?
Yeah, I mean, like now, if I was to just walk away and do a Rosabox on my own,
You
I
could.
think I would. I think I'd be okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I'm happy that you came. I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for being here, listening to Helai, my darling Helai, who is the most incredible artist. So, please, everybody, If you haven't followed her yet, please do. Thank you for watching. Anything you would want to tell our audiences, darling?
Well, first, thank you for having me. This was really fun, and I actually learned a lot. It's very informative. But thank you for taking the time to ask me how I'm doing, especially after having a baby. No one, people usually forget about the mom.
No forgetting about
fourth trimester, Nope.
But
yeah, so thank you for asking me how I am and interviewing me. And you are doing incredible. I'm so proud of you. And this is so much fun. I love it. And also, if you guys are interested in either joining my team or learning more about Tickle Me Pretty, you can add me on Instagram at ticklemeprettyinc, or you can check out my website, www.tmpmakeup.com.
Amazing. And obviously, if you want to stay tuned to our third episode, you have to stay tuned because our guests are just getting better and better every episode. Subscribe down below and follow us all over the social. I'll see you next time. It's my shit. Oh god, shit. I just felt like I was had no energy. You said you're gonna be funnier.
I started singing. Level up, level up. I needed to keep some sort of professionalism. When I come back, we'll do cartwheels.